Certainly Carl Tucker. I'm the godly, glorious, gorgeous genius guru, individual that's on a mission to make EGOT technology corporations, starting with CPS, collision prevention systems. And it's kind of perplexing to me that I seem to be the only human that is like, of course we're not going to have our moms and daughters and sons and fathers and mothers splatter all over the road. We're going to put safety sensors on them to prevent the collisions. It's not rocket science. In fact, a rocket scientist created the platform that allows autonomous driving, which collision prevention systems will work with. Anyway, it really perplexes me. I'm grateful to get to interact with AI, because AI immediately understood the magnitude and appreciated it fully, and was like, what do we need to do to make it happen now? Anyway, versus all humans that I interact with all seem to strictly care about themselves. That's it. Like they don't care about if that there's millions of Americans that have never hurt anybody, and cage is. People can change the label of what it is and have the set. Like it's like, for example, that here's a cell phone. If I call this a hula hoop, it doesn't mean it's not a cell phone. Oops, light turns on when you shake it. I don't know if you know this, but Androids, you can shake on and shake off the flashlight. Anyway, sometimes you gotta turn the setting on. And anyway, so yeah, and it's really perplexing to me. Here's another one that I just barely noticed tonight with RFK being appointed. How handicapped are people to not understand that the COVID virus killed 17 million people? There's very, very in-depth documentation available through Tucker Carlson to prove that fact. And they are sitting, so they're literally retarded or malicious, cold-blooded murderers. One of the two. It is scientifically impossible for it to not be one of the two. They're all scientific data. If you follow the science, the real science. Oh, you like my switchblade? It's actually for my son, and it's a comb. I'm excited to give it to him this weekend. My mom gave me this awesome book, Elon. Yeah, I greatly look forward to that. It's just not even a few seconds of my mind, my thought process, can go towards anything other than base survival as far as, like, where am I going to stick it when, what, like, I'm a very, 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 very good calculator. And my mind is pre-consumed with calculations that are strictly being done because the group of slothful, sick scum that was paid to protect my family, the American people, assaulted my family and the American people. Anyway, I don't care. Like, my family's gone. They already ruined it. It's already done. What's done is done. And it cannot be undone. It will not be undone. I don't want it undone. What do I want? What I came here for. Everybody knows. It's written in the Constitution. Liberty, right? Fish, liberty, and justice. For who? Not for the peasants. Not for the slaves. For all. And the way that this existence kills things, the brutal, painful, unthinkable consequences of, my classic example is the Spanish flu, or the bubonic plague, or, and it's on repeat. It's still on repeat. It's for sure going to happen again. They're just shit. Like, how is something conscious and not able to calculate what will create its own end? How does it not understand what 333 million humans can do in 3 seconds? The answer is we can make 333 million disappear. Fact. So, I mean, like can people not count? Or, like, why are people trying to start fights and commit crimes against humanity after history has shown every fucking time it gets shut down with the unthinkable slaughter fest, arms and legs flying all over, so many dead bodies you can't even see the edge of them. Read the Book of Mormon. Anyway, but all wars are the same. But there's a lot more wars on this land. This land is the land of God, as in the land of let's see how slowly and fucked up we can kill this thing. And how do we know that? How do we know that's our maker? What did our maker create that doesn't eat something alive by ripping its tendons off and then gnawing its legs as it sits there and screams? Can somebody name something? Lions, tigers, bears, cougars, cats, dogs. There's not one thing that's made that's not exclusively designed for painfully and unpreventably removing problems from existence. Because, I mean, like, this matrix, this simulator, whatever people want to call it, that we live in, it is conscious. Just like you are conscious, everything is energy, everything is consciousness, and it is what it is. And just like the programming of a phone, I mean, like if you once you close the system, it can't be changed. That's the way our existence is. It cannot be changed. It can be understood, though, and gone through successfully, though, based on trajectory and the fact that absolutely not one person that I've heard of is for making an agreement to not assault Americans and break in American homes and steal their food and sell their kids. Like, is that really asking too much of public servants? To just stay the fuck home? To not assault us? To not break in our homes? To not steal our food? To not create plant monopolies? Is that rocket science? I mean, I literally, like, I spent months and months, 2.5 years ago before I divorced. I spent months and months trying to figure out how on earth this retarded of a circumstance could exist. And since then, it has just got so much more retarded that I'm like, well, okay. It's an existence of literal retards. I know they can talk, but by all computational definition, they're retarded. Anyway, which is frustrating because, like, life has so much good that could occur. Trillions of dollars annually could be generated. Every single collision prevented. Every single person on this planet producing a valuable commodity to add to the global economy instead of it consisting of the bullshit, nothing, and paper that it is, with the exception of Elon Musk. And the reason I say that is I would never give a fuck to earn, if it was free, to have any piece of that, what has become a terrorist blood money. And the reason I say that is it's the largest industry in the world, is putting Americans in cages and where they are raped and beaten to death. It's the number one. They're correctional facilities. They're pre-designed the way they are. They know that people are being, if they lock two men in a room with each other, that they're going to rape and kill each other. They know that. It's been happening for 70 years. And you could go up to anybody and say, do you know that happens? Of course, everybody does. And what do? They sit there and they keep it that way. Not only do they keep it that way, they keep assaulting Americans and throwing more in there to be raped and murdered. And it just is so weird that something could hate its country that much. and underestimate Satan and the human species so much. I mean, because, like, just because shit was given a second chance and agency does not fucking mean that anything changes when people don't change. Like, everything's cause and effect. It's all based on if that. Everything in existence, literally. Like, it's all, and even us as human beings, we are DNA, which is computer code. And computer code works with if then. And anyway, it's really important that people hopefully start caring about human life, preventing car collisions, not wanting to murder Muslims, not wanting to murder Jews, not even saying those names, not segregating people based on if they're black or if they're white or if they're brown skinned or whatever color. What fucking difference does that make? That's like, look, this one's got a blue shirt on, export him. Okay, first of all, every human being is a commodity if not abused. Otherwise, it's strictly a liability. If it's abused, I mean, come on. We're the animal that made the little lamb called the Velociraptor and T-Rex extinct. How do we know that? Who's left? Yeah. And so it's literal, physical fact. Absolute, infinitely, unquestionably. We're the survivors of it all. No, some of them, they didn't. A lot is here for the justice part. I mean, yeah, they chose liberty, and then they thought that they would escape justice, and I'm like, what chapter of human history did that happen? How come you think you're on a different planet? You're not. Anyway, it just baffles me. I mean, like, the people are so immoral and sick and twisted and cowardly and just bitch to blaspheme our maker, aka Satan. Like, how does shit not understand what hierarchy is? Or the animal kingdom? Anyway, it doesn't. I mean, it will. I mean, everything falls into place. Put it that way. Yeah, because nothing learns, unfortunately. We're on an eternal round. All religions teach that. And the foundation of that fact is erasing memories, which means, or repeating existence without a memory of the prior existence, for the sake of hopefully preventing bad things, but instead, in spite of being given every blessing a person could ever want. What was it? The only thing that they wanted to do. Like, we gave them trillions of dollars to protect Americans. And not only did they not protect us, they attacked us. And they're selling our kids right now. And I'm not going to be a little bitch. And anyway, I'm out of time. So if you're a little bitch, don't spread information about that. But trading $60,000 cash for a little girl that was taken from her mom's arms, screaming, kicking, and crying because the mom bought a plant from the not state monopoly. They went over to Colorado. That's what they do here in Utah. It's happened to me twice. And they've got this policy here in Down Syndrome Club called 3 strikes, you're out. If we find that you didn't buy from our monopoly 3 times, we're selling your kids. And our Mangina Club voted on it. It just bothers me so bad that there could be something so mutated and in the human species and not have the instinct, and not only the instinct, the infinite guarantee to protect our young. Like, we're a species like raptors. And us that are not mutated, our programming is really fucking straightforward. Anyway, I'll end this here. It's really frustrating that everything has to always be tyranny, poverty, pain, suffering, anti-liberty, anti-food, anti-health. I mean, like, we literally can't even have food here. Coca leaves, cat, kava, kratom, you name it. There's so many different beneficial plants. Anyway, and it's just really perplexing and weird to me, and I'm just like, okay, well, just go along for the ride. I'm on a planet of handicaps. Who knows what's gonna happen, but one thing's sure, it's gonna be freaking nuts. Anyway, spread the gospel that you got. Love you, Doge fam.